Hello and welcome to the CDO Magazine interview series. I'm Jason Masker with Stratascale, and we're partnering with CDO Magazine, MIT CDO IQ, and the International Society of Chief Data Officers in a series of interviews. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Yingying Kang, Director of Data Science at Assurant. Yingying, great to see you.
Hi, Jason. Hey, hello, everyone. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk with CDO Magazine and talk with everybody.
Yeah, well, great to speak with you. How do you see data science helping the business accelerate innovation?
It is a very good question. We have lots of discussion internally. So talking about innovation is not just to say, hey, many times that we have lots of business expert. They have 30 or 40 years of the domain expertise and experiences. When they talking about, okay, hey, what is my vision of what will happen tomorrow and what is the right decision to make sure we make the right decision. It will be more than just to say, hey, based on our personal experiences. Because if we depend on individual expertise, their experience, no matter how much experience they have, they will have certain bias based on individual person's experience. So from here is especially that if the human person, our short-term memory has only 3 to 7 days. If we have large amount of information in front of us, how we can be able to quickly process all those information, convert into a new idea and capture the new customer need, have the innovative insights. That is where AI machine learning will come to the place. And because human person, we cannot quickly process large amount of information and multiple years of information immediately, but we can coach machine to understand and to analyze and to present the fact and then to find anomalies or the opportunities and then present to the human expert. And from there, we can help the business, especially our decision makers, to see clearly, hey, what is going on? What is potential problem? Or what are the potential opportunities? And then how we can be able to have the innovations and to make our customers, to serve our customer before they ask, and all that solve the problems before we hear customer to complain.
Absolutely, right? You got to shorten that time because it's going to take time in the resolution. So the faster you can get things in motion,
yeah, very
the
true.
better chances we have.
Yeah.
So Yingying, one of the struggles that the businesses are having today is in talent acquisition, and I'm understanding that you're applying data science to that problem as well. Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Definitely. I need to say that today, that we say 21st century, what is most valuable? It is talent, talent acquisition. It is a good thing that I need to say we are lucky because today data science, artificial intelligence, it already become a very important topic, no matter from academia or industry. If 10 years ago, that when we talk about data science, it is only from the individual initiative from some business. But today, you talk with every university, they already have the data science major in the department. And no matter artificial intelligence, or no matter is machine learning or the analytics or the data science department. So that make it is much easier for us to have the pool of the talents to for our business. But however, I want to say based on different business, because different business, they are at different journey along this digital transformation or the AI machine learning. And also based on their strategic goal are different. Typically, the data science team, the data scientists or their research scientists or the machine learning engineer, their background are quite different. And for example, that in my previous business, it was more the technology platform service provider driven. So that at the time that every of the team member, no matter they are scientist or they are engineer, that they typically have the good hands-on capability, and no matter from the uh, data engineering or the data science in the research or the development. They have all this capability and also that with the good storytelling capability. But right now that I'm in the banking and insurance business, and then we are more focusing, our strategy goal is more focusing how to serve our customer. So from that perspective, that we, and also that internal of the business, that we are shaping the data-driven process and data-driven culture. So from that perspective, we have lots of the different background of the talents, and some of them that they come from psychology background, some of them they come from finance, economics, and some of them they come from science, mathematics, physics, and some of them they come from engineering, computer science, electric engineering, and all other engineering background. And but most important thing is the decision maker is that means that the team lead, that we need to be able to have the right depends on that how we want to shape the culture of the team and how do we want to serve our business scope, and then they need to find the right talents. The talent acquisition is not easy, and how we can be able, sometimes that it's very common for us to hear HR tell us, okay, the typical talent acquisition cycle is around maybe 8 or 9 months, and to find a single scientist or engineer. It is very typical. But however, and especially that because data science area from academia, it is just started recently, 5 or 6 years. So typically that there are lots of talents on the market, but if we want to find the talent who have the more advanced level or the senior level talents, that it will be have another difficulty on the top of it. And then, of course, talent acquisition, it is one thing, and then how we can be able to shape the culture to attract those talents and then to raise this culture, it is even another level of the challenge to all these the team leads.
Yeah, it's a difficult problem, right? That's traditionally very time and labor intensive.
Right.
I see businesses outsourcing a portion of that to get fed quality candidates, right? And then we set up our own processes and have interviews and things, and then look back on that and still see a lot of bias and a lot of problem, that business has been addressing and trying to solve. Um, how how do we get beyond that? Is there a way to make that more qualitative and quantitative in the entire process using data science?
Yeah, we the first one that I want to say, we need to build very good partnership with our HR partners, because if we need to help our HR to understand, our recruiters to understand, okay, hey, what are the key criteria we are searching for those, because typically that if we only just see the resume, they will have, if you only search for those keywords, and every resume we receive that have those keywords. And but however that we typically that if we have certain experiences, that once you see this resume, and for example, what are their background, and what type of a project they work on and how many years they work on, and also that what are their outside of school experiences, and typically you can be able to have a general idea, okay, hey, they are the right people or not. But we need to be able to convert all these experiences into quantify them or convert them into the certain KPI, and share with our HR partners so they can help us to screen the talents and then shorten this screening process. This is one of very important key. Another one is typically that we shape lots of partnership with, for example, academia, and to have a joint research program, so we can make sure we have a talent pool, and also that we continuously just have working with the different technology partners and our business partners, and so we can make sure that if we need to have a different type of talents, and we don't need to that always go start from scratch and ask our HR to go to the market to search in season, search over the ocean. So that is something we need to always be prepared in front. And from another one that you mentioned, we also that need to build different partners, and for example, the outsourcing and with the reliable partners, and who can be able to help us to find the right talents in time. And so that is depends on how we prepare in front.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you touched on these academic programs. If they've only been around, graduating candidates around 5 years, it's going to be difficult to find somebody with 10 or 20 years experience employing that, right? Which is
Yeah.
what we're used to looking for in leaders.
Typically that when all those talents, especially the smarter, we always say the smarter is our employee, that the more challenging they are looking for. Sometimes that if you see, hey, they don't like to follow the certain rules. And for example, hey, can you give me certain flexibility? I cannot get up at 7 o'clock every day. And sometimes that I prefer to spend more time doing design and modeling at home. And can you give me this flexibility? And also that to say, hey, I'm already good at what I'm doing. Can I be able to have additional training? And also, what is my next step career map? So you will hear lots of those questions. For us to be able to create such kinds of culture, create environment, allow all these talents to communicate with each other, exchange no matter technologies or the ideas and with each other, and create such momentum, and also that allow them to continuously learn and do the different cross-functional training and upskill themselves. And also that it's very important for us managers to help our team member understand what are the opportunities in their career journey. And if they have certain target, how we want to help them to build the career ladder, so they can be able to see that, okay, hey, we are not only just let them to build some solution for us, we also care about their future. And also there's a lots of things, lots of exciting opportunities they can learn, they can shape their future, and they would like to stay here and then help us to build this culture and to build these solutions better.
Is Asurion doing anything internally for recareering, for changing career paths? Are you drawing from your own pool of talent? Maybe somebody has had a career elsewhere. You have a shrinking need there. Do you have anything? I'm just curious. That's unprompted, but I'm hearing that a lot.
Yeah, that is a good question. Actually, that is true. I have very good networking, and no matter with my partners and with the vendors or with the research partners or the technology partners and all the networking, and I continue just building those network. And many times that, for example, that we are working with lots of um, the outsourcing partners, and they will they will help us to raise those talents. And then when we need, we will go to ask them to say, hey, I need to have this capability, can you help me? And yeah, we continue to have all those conversations. The most important thing that we share we share what we need and what experience we have, and also that continuously that make sure we understand each other, that they understand what need we have, and also we let them know, hey, what are the potential capabilities we are looking for, so we can be able to anytime that if my network they need for example, that to say, hey, I have some very good interns, and but I don't have opening today. But my partner or my friends that they are looking for the talents. They are struggling on finding the right talents. I can be able to connect all those needs together. So we are. This is that very important. That's why that is another cultural thing to say, hey, let's utilize all this information, their data, and let's use this data to connect people and to help each other, and to so we can be able to shape a good community.
Well, thank you, Yingying, for joining me today. This has been a great conversation. Please visit cdomagazine.tech for additional interviews.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Jason.